Hello, my lovely anatomist and physiologist, Michele here, and thank you for hanging out with me for another Chapter 5 video. This one should be pretty short, so let us begin by just a quick review. Our cutaneous membrane is our fancy word for our skin, right? And the cutaneous membrane consists of the outermost layer called the epidermis, and then the deeper layer called the dermis. And then remember, as we look at the outermost layer, we have 4 to 5 different layers, starting at the innermost with the stratum basale, stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum, stratum lucidum, if we're thick skin, which is palms of your hands, soles of your feet. And then the outer layer is, of course, stratum corneum. And then when we talk about the dermis, we have 2 layers here. We have the papillary layer closest to the epidermis, and then we have the reticular layer. And remember, the job of the dermis is really just to support the epidermis. And then underneath all of this, we have the hypodermis, which is actually the topic for our video today. So the hypodermis, we're going to see the hypodermis we're going to see is not actually part of the cutaneous membrane. It's actually going to be below the skin. So this means it's not actually part of the integumentary system, but it's a super important layer and it's important for us to talk about. When we talk about the hypodermis as being below the skin, we can use the term subcutaneous. So this layer can be referred to by either one of those terms. And it's dominated by adipose tissue, which I have a picture of on our screen here. So remember, our adipose tissue is a connective tissue. It's our fat storage tissue. And what we can see is pretty much all of the pink part, all of the cytoplasm and organelles and nuclei of the cell is all squished into the outer area, where the inside of the cell is just full of our fat, which is our triglyceride molecule. The significance of the hypodermis for the body is that it's providing shock absorption, it's providing a cushion, it's providing insulation for the body. We also see that adipose tissue can provide nutrient storage. So clearly, if we're talking about adipose tissue as storing fat, our triglyceride molecule, we know from chapter 2 that that is a possible important source of energy, of ATP energy. But we also will have some important fat-soluble vitamins that get stored into that adipose tissue. So it's storing some nutrients there as well. We'll see that the hypodermis also has a high innervation, lots of nerves. Those nerves then, of course, are going up to the dermis, which is then supporting the epidermis. So while the hypodermis is not technically part of our integumentary system, it is important for the body. That's it for this video. Stay tuned for our next video. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other.